Intel Lunar Lake Core Ultra 200V CPU lineup leak reveals up to 9 SKUs, Core Ultra 9 288V flagship with 30 watts TDP. The leak comes from videocards who have managed to obtain the specs sheet of 9 different Intel Lunar Lake Core Ultra 200V CPUs. These CPUs are designed for thin and light platforms such as laptops, mini PCs, and gaming handhelds. Was spotted various Lunar Lake power devices at the Computex 2024 show floor, ranging from laptops to handhelds. MSI was among the major PC manufacturers who had both Lunar Lake laptops and their next-gen Claw 8i plus A2 VM gaming handheld showcased at their booth. We did a huge deep dive of Intel's Lunar Lake CPUs and its SKU graphics architecture earlier this month. Essentially, the Intel Lunar Lake CPUs will be a tile-based monolithic design based on the TSMC N3B and TSMC N6 process nodes. The chip houses up to 4 Lion Cove P cores, 4 Skymon T cores, and a brand new NPU 4i engine that delivers up to 48 TOPS. Lunar Lake also removes the hyperthreading feature from Intel CPUs, which is going to be a trend moving forward, so it has 8 cores and 8 threads on the flagship configurations. In terms of graphics, the Intel Lunar Lake Core Ultra 200V CPUs will offer up to 8 SKU cores that will offer Arctic graphics features and chips that are rated between 17 to 30 watts TDPs. These chips will be clocked at up to 5.1 GHz CPU and 2.05 GHz GPU clock speeds, with the GPU offering up to 67 TOPS of eye performance. The total platform TOPS is rated at 120 TOPS. Additionally, Intel's Lunar Lake CPUs will be the first to feature on-package LPDDR5X memory with 16GB and 32GB capacity options. Now coming to the SKUs, the flagship is reportedly the Intel Core Ultra 9 288V, which features the full 30 watts TDP, PL1/PL2. The CPU comes packed with 8 cores, 8 threads, 12 MB of last-level cache, and up to 5.1 GHz clocks. The chip will come configured with 32 GB of dual-rank memory, and the RK140 VGPU will feature AI's 2 cores clocked at up to 2.05 GHz, and this chip will feature the full 48 NPU, 67 XMX and 5 CPU TOPS, 120 TOPS in total. The rest of the lineup is made up of 4 Core Ultra 7 200V and Core Ultra 5 200V Lunar Lake CPUs. The rest of the lineup features a 17 watts PL1 and 30 watts PL2 configuration with 8 cores, and clock speeds ranging from 4.8 to 5.0 GHz. All Core Ultra 9 and Core Ultra 7 chips feature the same ARC 140V SKU, but with different clock speeds that range from 1.95 GHz to 2.00 GHz. The chips will come in both 16GB and 32GB configurations, but those are different SKUs altogether, such as the Core Ultra 7 268V with 32GB and Core Ultra 7 266V with 16GB memory. We also covered the Intel Core Ultra 7 268V in our exclusive post here. The chip was spotted with clocks close to 5 GHz and was a final retail silicon. It was also being used in the Intel iDev kit that will currently ship with Lunar Lake CPUs and will be updated with Panther Lake CPUs next year. Similarly, the Intel Core Ultra 5 200V Lunar Lake CPUs come with the same TDP configuration, but the LLC is reduced to 8 MB, and the clock speeds range from 4.5 to 4.7 GHz. The ARC 130V SKU is set to feature up to 7 SKU cores and clock speeds set at 1.85 GHz across all SKUs. The NPU TOPS are rated at 40 TOPS and 53 XMX TOPS, which are still close to the 100 platform ITOPS number. As per Intel's official statements, the Intel Lunar Lake Core Ultra 200V CPUs are expected to hit retail shelves in September to prep for the holiday season. The lineup will be getting the Microsoft Copilot Plus feature update after launch and will compete with Qualcomm's Snapdragon X and AMD's Strix Point chips.